This is Dr. Fakhrul Islam from Peshawar, Pakistan. I am here to share my experiences with you regarding the empowerment of women and the role of men in empowering the women in ensuring gender equity and prevention of violence. So I did these things in two capacities. First of all, being a member of a family where we had females as my relatives, my mother, my sisters, then my wife, and my daughters. I tried my best to empower them, to prevent them from discrimination and violence. To cut it short, I will come to my daughters, whom I educated, empowered them, and both of them became doctors. I remember that when COVID-19 spread out all over the world, my daughters were called to the hospitals for special duties. That was a very hard time when most of the doctors and health professionals were reluctant to perform their duties in hospitals because the contracting of COVID-19 was sure. But since my daughters were empowered, they believed in the service of humanities. So they performed their duties and not a single day they missed out. And in the process, they contracted COVID and they were seriously ill. So in 2020, on International Day of Health, I shared a post on social media, on Twitter and Facebook and other platforms in which I praised my daughters. There was a group photo which I have shared with Daniel. I wrote on the caption was that it's very hard to send your two daughters to the hospitals during the pandemic of COVID. But when I think that they are serving the humanities, my fears, my worries wash away. And then I salute to my brave daughters and all the health professionals and health workers all over the world. That message got viral all over the world, and people started contacting me and my daughters. This is just an example that in my own family, I empowered my relatives who were women. I prevented them from violence, and I really tried to save them from discrimination. Now, coming to my professional life, I'm a university professor, and I have recently retired from the university job. During my 35 years of service, I always protected uh, female students because in our part of the world, it is very hard, very difficult for a female to get admission in universities and then to survive. And especially those coming from the far-flung areas, from the rural areas. But since I was there to protect them, to provide them facilities, and then I became head of the department. So I'm really happy that that struggle bore some fruits. And now I see many of my female students are holding PhD degrees and they are occupying very important positions. During my job, I had also the opportunity to become a head of department of women development of the whole province. I conceived so many projects for the betterment of women and especially preventing discrimination and violence against them. Just to give you an example, we established women crisis centers in many important, in few important cities of the province. And those crisis centers at a time were shelter houses for the women who were in distress, discriminated by the society, and either they were blamed for some unethical things. So they used to run away from their houses. We used to protect them. We used to give them legal aid. We used to give them psychological treatment, medical treatment, and things, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, in my professional life, I also used every mean to protect women and to empower them. You know, just coming again to my family, my wife, when we were married in 1990, she was a highly educated woman. She asked me to allow her to get a job. I mean, in our part of the world, husbands are always reluctant not to allow their wives to earn money and to be economically empowered. But I was a different person. I mean, I allowed my wife, and she, adopted teaching profession. So men should come forward. He should provide an environment to the women in the capacity of father, in the capacity of brother, in the capacity of husband, in all capacities, he should play his role. I mean, there is a very famous saying that behind every successful man, there is a woman, but some people have added another small sentence to it that behind every successful man, there is a woman, and behind that woman, there is her father or her husband or her brother. So it's impossible to provide an enabling environment, a conducive environment to women folk, unless the mans come to the rescue, to the help, and to the cooperation of women folk. Thank you.